Gentlemen, I am back on your screen with another WWE 2K video. I know I've been posting a lot of WWE videos lately. This time, this is gonna be kind of a sad video. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of sad to be making this video, but unfortunately, I gotta look real quick because I forget all the time. Unfortunately, um, I know this is kind of a long, um, this is kind of a long video, or kind of a long time ago, but unfortunately January 3rd 2024, leading to the criticism from fans in the life cycles of WWE 2K games are becoming shorter, with WWE 2K20 servers shutting down after 26 months and WWE 2K19's online modes remaining playable for nearly 4 years. WWE 2K22 servers will be shut down on January 3rd, 2024. So this is the time I'm recording this. It is Tuesday, February 20th. So about a month later, and I'm just going to tell you guys right now, very upset. I really did enjoy WWE 2K22. It was actually the first wrestling game I've played. Actually, no, the first wrestling game I played was this wrestling cartoony game, but this game I actually had a ton of fun with. I played this game countless of hours with my friends, and I remember raging because my friend was so good, and now I'm extremely good at the game. I just, from everything from this game, from the showcase, from the story, from everything, this game was absolutely amazing. I think WWE made their favorite, or their best game in a very long time. This was obviously the game that we were rewarded with after the horrible news of 2K20, which obviously we all know that game was just awful. 2K20 eventually was taking a break for like a year, and then they came back and brought 2K22. The fans were probably, stoked and also kind of scared because they were going to expect the servers to be probably really bad, but this game was not bad at all. I loved this game. I had so much fun with it. I remember like it was yesterday buying this game and installing it on my console and being excited to play it with my friends and everything like that. But guys, I don't want to get into the sad news. Today, guys, we are going to be ranking WWE 2K22 from, is the game good? Is the game bad? Is, from the roster to other things. I've actually sat down and played the My Rise, because when I first got the game, I didn't play the My Rise. I played a little bit of it, and then I just kind of got off of it, never played it again. But I actually deleted my save, played it again. I started from scratch and played the My Rise. I actually sat down and did it for you guys, so please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, because that definitely took me a lot of work to actually summarize this stuff. So first of all, let's go ahead and start with the roster. I think the roster in this game is mid. I think the roster is actually my favorite roster in a wrestling game that I've played. I mean, you've got guys like John Morrison in this game. You've got Sasha Banks. You've got Jeff Hardy. I mean, you've got some legends on this game. I mean, I love, that they've got Jeff Hardy to play as. I mean, you guys know Jeff Hardy is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So I think it's really cool that we can play as Jeff Hardy on this game. Obviously, we can't do that on 23 because this was way before he left to go to AEW. But like I said, I mean, the roster, guys, is a 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I actually thought the roster was really cool. I liked it. We had some people that aren't in 2K23 that are in 2K22, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought this game was amazing. Now, the way that the game plays out, it plays out really good, actually. I've actually, to be honest with you guys, never played a wrestling game besides 22. So I've never seen how, 2K16 or those games play out, but I've heard that they are very slow and kind of just bad. But this game plays out really good. Very smooth. It's not, one thing I will say, though, is some of the physics in this game are bad. I will say that. But this game is really good. I actually like it a lot. It is my favorite WWE game, besides, 2K23 as well. That game's good. But if I had to say right now, I'm going to say 2K22 is by far my favorite game. The only thing I really liked about 23 was the showcase. I think John Cena was a lot cooler. Well, I don't know. I think Rey Mysterio showcase was actually cooler. Just because I really like Rey Mysterio more. But actually, Rey Mysterio was the first wrestler I actually really liked when I was into wrestling. So, Rey Mysterio was obviously the showcase of me. I love that showcase so much. So, obviously, I'm going to say the Rey Mysterio showcase was a lot cooler, but you guys might disagree and say the John Cena one was better. If you do think that, then that's cool. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, I think all the showcase matches that they had were really good. I really liked, I liked the Kane match and then the Eddie Guerrero matches, too. I think Rey Mysterio explaining his story and stuff was awesome, too. My only complaint is I wish they added Rey Mysterio's matches from back then, like in WCW. But, I mean, the only one they added was Halloween Havoc, which kind of sucks. But I think the showcase was amazing. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I loved it. Thought it was really good. It was actually really started and made sense. It wasn't like 23 where it's sloppy all over the place and lazy. So, yeah. But WWE, please bring back, instead of the real life footage, bring back the video game footage, because it was a lot cooler to see the video game instead of the real life footage. I was so lazy. And I could record the video and not get copyrighted as well, WWE. But, yeah, anyways. So, yeah, showcase-wise, 9 out of 10. So now we're going to talk about the story. So I actually played the 23 story, and I'm not going to lie, wasn't a fan at all. I thought the 23 story at first was really good. It was, I thought the story of 23 was really good at first when the story just first started up, and then once we were retired, basically how it started off is, at least for me, is where we basically pissed Shawn Michaels off by throwing him into the steel steps. We had an opportunity to join either the Evolution or the Hurt Business. I chose the Evolution because I like Randy Orton, and we blew that opportunity. We pissed the business off too much. We were making too many mistakes, and they didn't like that, so they kicked us out of the business. Then what happens is you get in alignment with Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels then gets thrown into the steel steps, and then you get fired from WWE for a while. So now you are playing these indie wrestling matches in Japan, and you're playing these matches, and I just didn't like it. When it got to the part where I was playing matches just in indie wrestling, like Japan, going to Mexico, like these indie wrestling matches, I didn't like it. I thought it was really boring. I thought everything about it was boring. It wasn't making sense. I mean, you met this one guy who was teaching you everything on how to run the ropes in the UK, because you started off wrestling in the UK for this, like, UK tournament thing, and that was really cool. And then, finally, after, like, a long time of being in the indies wrestling, you got to finally play, and obviously, now you got to finally actually play a normal match in WWE. You got to be in the WWE, and you got to, obviously, you get to actually be in the WWE instead of just being an indie wrestler. So I thought that was pretty cool, I guess. But I just thought the story was just all over the place. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was very boring. It was just so bad. I thought the story was just, yeah. Story 22, or 23, I'm sorry, was just so bad. I mean, it started getting good at the end, because you were in the WWE, but it was just so bad. I'm sorry. Story is a 5 out of 10. I hated it. Didn't like it at all. It was so boring, and I dread doing the story. I actually had to go through and do the story for a trophy, and I just dreaded doing it. I did not want to do it at all because the story was that bad. And I had to get the trophy for trying to get Roman Reigns on my team, which I didn't want to do that either because the story was just so bad. And the woman's story is the same thing. They didn't change, well, they changed a little bit of the things. Basically, the men's story, you start off as this guy named The Lock. You're in a lock. You make your debut freaking wrestling Sami Zayn, and you're, taking on him, and that's your first rivalry. For the women's, you follow the footsteps in to your mom or your aunt, whatever. Your aunt basically um is a old wrestler and you want to follow in her footsteps and you're now a wrestler. So I actually enjoyed the women's story more than the men's. I thought the women's one was cooler because I actually got to play the matches from like the mom's career, which I thought that was really cool. The unlocks were boring. I mean, they were the same unlocks as 22. You were just unlocking stupid costumes that you never use. You were unlocking the pointless arenas that you always get. Like I said, I thought it was just so dumb and boring. So that's 23's story there. My the showcase though was actually really good. I really did enjoy the John Cena showcase. Like I said, the real life footage was kind of boring though. I wish I could actually see the game footage instead of real life footage, but cool. John Cena was actually really cool. The only thing I did not like about the story is that John Cena, like in the Rey Mysterio showcase, Rey Mysterio was talking the entire time when all the stuff was happening, so you can get informed about what's happening and stuff. I thought that was really cool. They didn't do that with John Cena, so I hope they do it this year with obviously the other wrestlers. But yeah, showcase for Rey Mysterio was really cool. I liked it. John Cena, I liked the John Cena one as well. I thought the John Cena one was really fun too. Had a fun time doing it. Wasn't that hard. I got it complete like less than a day. It was pretty fun. One thing my complaint would be is there's a lot of matches that they didn't have that they should have had. It was really cool to see Kurt Angle and Rob Van Dam back, and obviously, you know, that it was really cool. Thought the rewards were awesome as well. I thought the rewards were cool, but yeah, John Cena showcase. I'm gonna give the John Cena showcase a good 7 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was fun. My favorite match was the Randy Orton match in Hell in a Cell. That was my favorite match, and the Undertaker match. But yeah. The next thing is the universe. The universe, amazing. I love the universe. It was so good. Now you guys might not agree with me because obviously you're going to say, well, there wasn't action at all. And yes, you're right. There wasn't action at all. There wasn't much action. You're really, basically, if you don't know what the universe is, it's where you can start rivalries. You could, you know, build up your own story. It's really cool. I love the universe mode. I actually went off the Ruthless Aggression era this year, and I think this year I'm going to, or last year I went off the Ruthless Aggression era, and I think this year I'm going to go off the Attitude era. So yeah, but you can make your own eras and stuff like that, build up a story, build up rivalries. It was so fun. I enjoyed doing it. One of my complaints is that there wasn't a lot of action in the rivalries. It was only just a few punches after the match is over, and that's it. And another thing I wish is I wish the actual wrestlers would get on the mic and talk. It's not just, you know, something random. So, yeah. But, you know, universe, really good. I really liked it. Nice 8 out of 10. I did really like the universe a lot. My faction, terrible. I didn't like my faction at all. I always never liked my faction. I thought my faction was just so boring. And you spend thousands of dollars on the game just to get a card you don't even want. So that's why I don't like my faction. But whatever. So now we are going to talk about, like, the whole creations and stuff. Now, I thought WWE 2K22 had some good, like, you know, one thing that they brought in WWE 2K23 that wasn't in 22 is they brought, like, how you can emote with weapons, which is cool. They also brought how you can, have, like, I'm pretty sure they brought, like, you can have, like, as many, what's it called? I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was, like, where you can have, like, as many friends or something in a Royal Rumble. I don't remember. But, yeah, I think it was really cool to see, you know, my rise with the creations. They did amazing. WWE 2K23 is by far my favorite game with community creations and stuff. I think 22 was kind of bad with the creations. But yeah. However, 22 wasn't bad. So for 22 showcase, amazing. I loved the showcase. It was awesome. I had so much fun. There was a lot of great matches. I think my least favorite one was against JBL because I've never really liked JBL. Really didn't. Not because he's a bad guy or anything, just because I never really was a fan of JBL. But yeah, I loved all the matches. There wasn't really one match I hated. And I had a lot of fun playing the showcase. I actually never had any trouble with anything besides, obviously, they were kind of annoying with the reversals and stuff. But I thought there were some amazing matches in the Rey Mysterio showcase there. The story, you don't even want to know how good it is. The story was amazing. I think one of the best WWE 2K stories in a long time. I had a fun time with the story. The entire time you're not playing, there's only a couple times you're indie wrestling. And the only time is, I'm going to spoil it, but if you haven't seen it, definitely then go click off this video. But it's when you meet Hector Flores and you have to help him with his lucha libre and exposing the Hector secret or whatever. Or not exposing his secret, but exposing like his father's secret or whatever. That's the only time you had to wrestle in like an indie show. That's the really only time. You didn't have to wrestle every freaking match in an indie show like 23. I had a fun time. I didn't dread playing it, and I could play the showcase again if I wanted to. Thought the rivalries were really cool. I really enjoyed The Undertaker and Kane one a lot. My only complaint is I'm pretty sure that you could not unlock Kane's mayor outfit. I wish you could, because I'd love to play as Kane's mayor outfit. I think it would be cool, but yeah. I had a fun time with the showcase on 23 or 22 and the My Rise on 22. There's so many. I'm not gonna play the women's because I just already played the men's, so yeah. But like the men's one is just so good. I mean, first of all, you start off, you know, you're training to be a wrestler. You've got cocky guys like Paragon Pierce who's just talking about how you're not gonna make it in life and all of this and that. And you trash talk them, and then eventually you get to pick your opponent to go up against. I picked him because I wanted to talk crap, and I wanted to show him that I could really be a wrestler. And then you start off after playing against tag teams and stuff in the Performance Center. You have a couple matches there. And then finally, you make your debut on NXT. Once you do that, then you can get drafted into Raw or SmackDown. I chose Raw. Then after that, that's when your career starts. My first rivalry was against, I'm pretty sure it was against, who was it against? It was against a lot of people. I had rivalries against Ciampa, Undertaker, Kane. I had there was some great rivalries in there. I'm still not even completed with it. I've had so much fun, though, with everything. I loved the story on the game. It was so good. I loved it. I could play it every day. But, yeah. So now we're going to talk about the universe. I never played it, but I know the universe was probably the same as 23. Roster for 23 was okay. It wasn't bad. Obviously, I was a little bit sad that Sasha Banks and John Morrison and stuff weren't on the roster, but it was still cool. Achievement art for 23 was terrible. I mean, the worst achievement art I've ever seen. It was so bad. But 22 was amazing. I really liked the achievement art because you actually had wrestlers and stuff on there. You can actually see them. I'm pretty sure that's the last time they've done the wrestler stuff. So hopefully 24 will have different achievement art. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. That is my rankings for WWE 2K 23 and 24. My rankings for 24 are not 24. My rankings for 23. 23 is going to be a solid 8 out of 10. No, 23 will be a solid 7 out of 10. And then WWE 2K22 will be a solid 9 out of 10. I loved 22, so yeah. If you guys want to buy 22, unfortunately, you obviously cannot buy 22 anymore just because of the fact that it's not on sale. I'm pretty sure you can still buy it on disc, though, so if you want to buy it digitally, you can do that. But you cannot buy, if you want to buy it physically, you can do that, but you cannot buy it digitally anymore on the Xbox store, at least. So, like I said, I think that really sucks that you can't do that, but it's whatever. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.